season. Of course, there's a fall season and a spring season. Did well in the fall, and looks like you're on track here in the spring too.
Yeah, we won our 31st PSAC championship in October
That's
at
amazing.
Hershey Country Club. Yeah, the team just came together. We had some ups and downs through the fall, but shot three very good scores and really left no doubt,
Yeah.
you know, who the beast of the conference was. I was very proud of the young men. They did a great job and played very well through some very questionable weather conditions.
Yeah. Well, one of the interesting things about your team is just as I read it, not being around them, you are, is that they played a lot of golf together down through the years, and it seems like they're guys that that not only play a lot together but play well a lot together. If you know what I mean. By
Sure.
playing with each other, there's certainly a level of comfort and maybe even some competition among the two of them that lifts all of their games.
Well, I think that we have we have some many players on the team that could go out and win a tournament individually. So when they're working, obviously they're working towards the team goal first, win the event.
Hmm.
But when they're individually also striving for a victory that way, they just help to push each other to be better.
Yeah, yeah, and it's proving itself in the results of the tournaments that they play. So you win the PSAC in the fall. Now this spring season, um, tell me how it's gone from the beginning of the season to now. It seems like they're building momentum as the season goes along.
I believe so. I think that any season, we can pull momentum out of the fall, but honestly, we've practiced inside. We practiced inside before spring break, and we went to Hilton Head for about 10 days and played and practiced and kind of, get the rust off. And then you know, we played our first tournament in North Carolina, which I was thinking when we scheduled it, it would be warm. It wasn't. It hasn't been warm. It's been warm one day, and that was a practice round in Bloomsburg in mid-April. But we won out at Penn Oaks, which is an important tournament for us to win. Westchester hosts that.
Hmm.
Jack Buchagras won individually, and we played very well there. And then we added a win at Bloomsburg, which is a one-day tournament. We went to support Bloomsburg as it was their first year of having a men's program and their first tournament that they hosted. But we went out there and the guys played well, and Sean Fedor won individually, and Jack Buchagras came in second. So, and Nick Ward came in third. So, and he was playing as an individual. So, I believe we're building momentum going into the regionals. They're next week at Ravenwood Golf Club in Rochester. Hopefully, it's a little warmer than the last time we were up there for a tournament in April. But I think the guys are ready. They're focused. They're working hard. And they're focusing on their academics because it's the end of the semester.
Yeah.
So it's a tough time, to balance all those. So last week, this week, I just kind of back off a little bit and let them get their academics, the work that they need done so that they can go up to Rochester with a clear mind.
When you talk about the weather, that's the challenge for a golf coach and for a golf program that's in the northern half of the country. Is that in Florida they're playing all year long. They're out on a golf course every single day. So the southern states they get to play a whole lot more actual golf on a course than people from the northern states do. So from a golf coach's standpoint, that impacts your recruiting, and it impacts the actual putting together of a team and the playing of golf.
Absolutely. By the time we went down to Mount Olive's tournament, that was our first event of the fall, or
Hmm.
of the spring. There were teams there that had already played three or four events already. So they're playing, they're building, you know, they're building momentum for their season as their conference championships are mid-April. So they play their conference championships in the spring. They've been playing most of the time through February, where we're just getting started. So our first round, we were tied for second
Yeah.
out of a very strong field, and I was very very pleased with that, and I know the guys were too. we slid a little bit, but we hadn't been playing that much golf. We played on spring break, but there's a difference between golf and competitive golf.
Yeah.
And we went and we slid a little bit the second and third round, but I choose to focus on the first. And I think that the guys are smart enough and experienced enough to do the same. But it creates a little bit of a situation, for us in the off season. We have to provide the opportunity for the team, to get ready for spring break and our tournaments inside. So a little bit of different dynamic there out of a northern college golf team.
Which brings us to one of the other reasons I wanted you to come in and visit with us, which is about that indoor facility that so many people have been working so hard, you and Todd Garzarelli, Ryan Rebholz, and others, to make a really, really nice indoor facility for your golf team. And you were describing it to me. A lot of people did some great things, and you've got quite the facility now.
It's going to turn into it's a work in progress right now. When I started in 2019, Samantha Getman actually provided me the experience to use one of the handball courts in the field house. And we turned it into a little makeshift winter facility. We had 3 nets and a little putting green that was okay. And from then, when Todd came in to IUP, he and I and Ryan worked on designing what it would look like, and I knew the kinds of things that I wanted, and what type of experience I wanted to provide the guys. So we started by upgrading the putting green to a much more substantial, useful tool. Then we went to work on the aesthetics with the IUP golf logos, some inspirational sayings. We have honor boards up on the wall to honor all of our All-Americans, listing of our PSAC championships, regional championships, and a spot for Gavin Smith, who won the national championship in 2009. And from that, and 3 big 10 by 10 by 10 cubed cage nets. But we're going through a rebirth now, where we're redoing those honor boards already. And we have some pretty exciting things going in this summer to be ready for next off season.
When we think about Division II sports, but sports as a whole, things that you're describing do require funding and some people to step up, and you've been able to get some of that support too.
My donors are just a bunch of wonderful people. So many are program alums. Many are friends of mine from the Indiana community. I've been here for over 30 years now and built some wonderful relationships. And a lot of those people supported Fred Joseph and the golf team for years, and I've been lucky enough to have them continue their support with me. And yes, raised dollars are very important, especially with a facility like we're building, as we're going through about $165,000 upgrade this summer. So
that's amazing, and I'm sure that everybody listening this morning is so envious, and they're saying to themselves, "I wish I had one of those in my basement." You actually have it in your basement at the field house.
We're going to have two. We're going to have 2 new GC Quad flight launch monitors and simulators to go along with those. So we'll have 2 simulators, and we took out the putting green, and we're adding it's actually a computerized virtual putting green from Full Swing Golf.
Oh, yeah.
Go online and check that out. It's pretty cool. It's controlled by a computer. It adjusts slope, break, and there's also a putt view projector over top of it that shows the break of the putt and where the proper aim points are. So to have that type of facility at a Division II school in the Northeast is pretty groundbreaking, and we're going to be very proud of it for sure.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. He's Dan Braun. He's the IUP golf coach. Regionals next week. What days?
We play the 5th through the 7th in Rochester, New York.
There you go. Beautiful. Dan, thanks for coming in to talk with us this morning.
Thank you, Todd. I appreciate the opportunity.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, 101.1 FM and AM 1160.